So Elizabeth Olsen was recently teasing a WandaVision cameo that she said was on par with Luke Skywalker's return in The Mandalorian. So if the cameo that she was talking about is the one in this episode, I don't know if that's Luke Skywalker levels of awesome, but it does raise some more questions and makes things a bit more interesting.
You said bullshit and experience is all it takes, right?
Right.
Come on and experience some of my bullshit.
Real Shift to me is about changing the culture around movie criticism. You don't have to like something in order to respect it.
You son of a bitch.
It's all for the love of movies. I'd like to dedicate this to everyone who's been down with the channel since day one.
It's showtime.
Before I get started today, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button and please leave a comment down below. Even if you want to tell me that you hate me, all criticism is welcome. And please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Where's that coming from? So WandaVision returned to its sitcom format this week, and this time we're in the 80s, people. The 80s are here, the 90s are coming, it's my time to shine. In this episode, we see some cracks in Wanda's armor. The babies can't really be controlled, the neighbor breaks character in the middle of a conversation. It's really starting to feel like this world might be taking on an identity of its own, and she's starting to lose control a little bit. Regardless, it's Vision who starts to notice things, and he starts to ask questions in this episode.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Especially after his conversation with one of his fellow co-workers, which was honestly a bit creepy. Vision basically breaks through Wanda's control over this guy, and he starts to plead with Vision to please help him and to stop her from doing what she's doing. Her being Wanda, pronouns pal. We also get to see what happened to Monica after she was ejected from what is now being called the Hex, a name given to the force field that surrounds this town by Kat Dennings. She's not just a pair of boobs, fellas, she's witty too.
Tits.
So we see the military and they're on the defensive because they're taking Wanda's actions as an act of aggression. They even go as far as to call her a terrorist. Monica tries to convince them otherwise, but her argument does kind of collapse on itself because the military shows her footage of Wanda breaking into a maximum security facility just to steal Vision's body. So it's basically confirmed that Wanda somehow resurrected Vision and he's not just a Vision. Vision is not a Vision.
That makes sense.
Oh, and also because she's basically mentally enslaved the whole town, of course. They make an attempt to communicate with Wanda in this episode, but it goes pretty badly. Wanda ain't having that shit. She tells them she has everything she wants now, and they need to back off or else. I have to admit, Wanda had a very commanding presence in this scene. It was really well done.
I run shit here! You just live here!
There's this whole subplot about her kids growing at will and finding a dog somewhere. It really feels like the kids are in full control of themselves and kind of manipulating things, which will come into play later on. So when the dog dies, they want Wanda to bring him back, but she very hypocritically says you can't really cheat death like that. Really, Wanda?
Fuck you!
Shit really starts to come undone when Vision returns and he starts to question Wanda about her actions recently, saying what she's doing to the people of this town is wrong, and they actually almost come to blows when he says, "You can't control me like that." But they are interrupted by a doorbell, and Wanda clearly states to him that she has no control over that and has nothing to do with it. When they answer the door, it's slowly revealed to be Quicksilver, but it's not the stupid Quicksilver from Age of Ultron.
You didn't see that coming.
It's the Fox X-Men version played by Evan Peters. So what does this all mean? Is Disney moving forward with integrating the Fox X-Men characters into the MCU? Meaning they're not going to recast the X-Men? I do think keeping the Fox actors is the better option if they are deciding to introduce the X-Men. I have to be honest, I like most of the Fox X-Men movies, not all of them.
Fuck me, right?
But all this pertaining to Quicksilver does seem a bit strange because we've already seen Quicksilver in the MCU and he didn't look like that. So does Wanda realize that he's a different person? That's not really made clear in this episode, but we'll see moving forward. I have a theory on what's happening here. I think Evan Peters' Quicksilver is a manifestation created by her two children, much like they did earlier in the episode with the dog, because I feel like she didn't have control over that either. I think this is her children's way of making Wanda happy and to basically get their parents to stop fighting. The conversation she has earlier in the episode with her children about her brother, that's what led me to this conclusion. I think her kids picked up on her sadness and realized that their mother really needed her brother back. The only issue being they don't know what he looks like. Whether that's actually what happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, I like the move to bring back Evan Peters, even if it's just a cameo in this show and it doesn't really go anywhere. I think that really appeals to the people who actually enjoyed the Fox X-Men movies like myself. Nobody really likes it when a company comes in and says everything that happened before us doesn't matter and you're gonna have to like what we do now. I'm looking at you, Lucasfilm. I'm more interested now in this show than I was yesterday, so I guess mission accomplished. So did you see episode 5? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Right on.